Alright, so I know I'm live, so I'm gonna just start. So, um, pull the screen up. And we can start off with a little review from yesterday and we get adjusted real quick. Matter of fact, I could just do this. Okay. So, let's see. Start off with a little review from yesterday. I know I had the Bucks and Jazz and Blazers. So I know Bucks and Jazz won. Blazers, it was a narrative for the Suns. Blazers was the only loss. Um, let's go top. So um, Heat, Wizards. Uh, Heat lost against the Wizards. Wizards picked up the 42nd head-to-head all-time regular season win on 42-day numerology. I mentioned that yesterday. There was a reason why I didn't have the Heat as a pick. They looked good yesterday because they could have made Washington 4-9 at home, but they didn't. Washington equals 49. Like I said, they did the 42. They got the 42nd all-time regular season head-to-head. So that was an upset, major upset. It's still live. Give me 1 second. Want to make sure I'm live. 1 second. Which I know I am live, so I apologize about this, but I just want to make sure. But yep, okay. So I'm gonna proceed. Just don't want to be. It's still my first time, and I'm actually getting an error message that's telling me uh, buffering problems. So y'all may be experiencing buffering problems. I'm not sure. I know everything is good on my end because I done called the cable company. They already said I'm more than capable of for live streaming. So with that being said, back to it. Hawks Magic. I kept saying yesterday. Hawks was a good upset. You know about the 14 riddle with NBA TV. So Magic stayed on 14 wins on NBA TV. Hawks was on a 10-game losing streak. The line on the game was -10. So I told you could be an indicator in the live stream yesterday. And if you didn't listen to the live stream yesterday, you can just go with Man with a Plan on YouTube, and that's Man with not a H, just with WIT a plan. And if you type that out, Man with a Plan, just one word on YouTube, you'll be able to see the live stream from yesterday. So everything was there. I didn't pick. That's why I didn't have the Magic in my notes because I think that the Hawks had that good narrative. But like I said, I'm from Atlanta and I don't bet the Hawks. I don't bet no Atlanta teams, and I don't bet no teams from Houston. So they just don't do what they supposed to do night in, night out. So Hawks got the job done. Um, Hopefully some of y'all won. Somebody said they hit a parlay. I don't know what he had in it, but Hawks had a good narrative. Next game, you had the Brooklyn Nets, Timberwolves. Um, Only thing I had in my notes was all Timberwolves. I didn't pick this game, but I didn't have anything notes written for Brooklyn. So in my notes, I told you they can go 16-16. Brooklyn Nets, if you write it out, Brooklyn Nets equals 53, the 16th prime number. Also, I told you they can go 7-10 away. If you write out Timberwolves in that same calculator, you're gonna get 71. So 7-10 kind of look like 70. 7-10 kind of looked like 71. So I had 2-3 things for the Timberwolves in my notes, but like I said, I didn't pick that game. I thought it was. I might even have a narrative for the Nets, but I don't like the Timberwolves. They just not playing well, and I told you Kyrie was out for these 3 games. I played it safe yesterday. So that's just me personally. Like I said, I'm gonna help everybody build a nice bankroll. So we just play it safe day by day. We can just keep winning. We don't have to like throw darts, you know. Because if you notice, this game did go to overtime. So this was one of those sweat games. And if you notice, the game next that we about to go over, Chicago and Bulls was a blowout, and that was one of my picks. They went 30-5 for the season, kind of like 35. Chicago equals 35. The game was played in Chicago. Um, so the Bucks beat them 123 to 102. So they covered this. They covered. They beat the money line and spread. Next game I had, they beat the money line and spread as well. You had the Pistons and Jazz. Um, Pistons had an upset narrative because I thought they had I didn't think it's a overlap number with Utah Jazz. If you write that out, you get 130. That looks like 13 in numerology. You drop the zero, and Pistons equals 41 to 13th prime. So I thought Pistons could get the 13th, potentially win, and give Utah the 13th loss. But like I told you in my notes, the 22 in Utah. Utah gave Pistons the 22nd loss of the season, and they played in Utah. Like I said, if they would have been playing in Detroit, maybe I would have linked the 13. But the fact that they played in Utah and picked up the 22nd win, I had to ride with that. So I told you Utah. Next game was my third pick that I got wrong. So I went 2-1 in the NBA yesterday. Was the Blazers and the Suns. Was another back. It was a game two of the NBA TV network. And like we said, NBA TV equals 14. So they stayed on 14 as well. But the thing about it, why I like the Blazers, was they could have stayed on 14 conference losses and picked up the 10th conference win. If you write out Suns, you get 10. So that's why I was thinking, okay, they had a 14 in the conference. So maybe they would have picked up the 15 win, but that was not true. They stayed at 14 on NBA TV. And I didn't see yesterday in my notes, I didn't look ahead 2 games, but if I did, I would have had mentioned that if we scroll ahead, the the Trailblazers play the Knicks on NBA TV next. So they stayed at 14, and the next game that they play is on NBA TV. So it's a potential upset right there too. They could stay on 14 wins as well on NBA TV. But when that game get here, we'll get to it. Um, so that was that with the Portland game. Like I said, I had the Blazers. I thought they would pick up that 10th win, conference win against the Suns. Suns equals 10. That was a close game as well. So that was it for the NBA. I had 3 picks with 2-1. Hockey. It was one game I told y'all Pittsburgh looked good, and then I also told you could throw a couple bucks on Ottawa just because the narrative with them was they play San Jose Sharks next, and that equals 83, which is the 23rd prime. So Pittsburgh could have stayed on those 23 wins, but they didn't. And like I told you, if they didn't beat the Devils at home the night before, it wasn't really no way they was going to beat the Pittsburgh. So I gave Pittsburgh out. I told them to add that with the parlays, but like I said, I also said since it was plus 300 for Ottawa, you could have put $1 or $2, made $1 or $2 parlay on my same NBA in college, and it would have multiplied even better. So with that, so it wasn't really none in NHL yesterday with that one game. Pittsburgh came through, but like I said, I didn't even claim it. I didn't put no notes out on that game or nothing because Pittsburgh was minus 300. So that was that. College basketball, pretty much flawless. I know I told y'all about Gonzaga. They was minus 33.5 favorite. They didn't cover. They was number 1. They supposed to kill Detroit Mercy. But that wasn't an official pick. I told y'all North Carolina, and I told y'all LT, Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech won about almost 40 points yesterday. And I told y'all the North Carolina game and Yale. I told y'all both. I told y'all Yale was good. I've been riding Yale this year. Yale has a good program, but I just felt like North Carolina had the most superior athletes, and they barely squeaked the win out yesterday. Um, Pull it up right quick. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Yale in North Carolina, 67-70. And like I said, if you would have teased it or you would have took the points with Yale, you would have covered. And I told you I like North Carolina and LT yesterday. That was my best two college basketball plays which came through. Didn't need any gematria or anything. Just I know these schools, especially when the small schools, I'm pretty good at that. LT crushed them. I didn't want to give y'all the spread just like I did with Gonzaga. That was just a quick read. Detroit Mercy is no good. They like a bottom feeder. But I knew LT would get the job done in cover. Like I said, I didn't want to say cover because I didn't want to be wrong, and I knew they would win the game. So that was safe. And like I said, we just play it safe day by day. I'm gonna teach you how to build the bankroll. So that was that in college basketball. And I also leaned Seton Hall. I told y'all Seton Hall had the better team program, but DePaul had the better record this year. And you noticed that they went down. It was a U Pick'em game. I mentioned that game as well. I like Seton Hall. Didn't really give it out like that. What I did give out was North Carolina and LT in college basketball. So if you put that with the Jazz and the Bucks, and you put that with Pittsburgh, that was a 5-teamer. I hate I lost that Blazers game in NBA with 2-1. Like I said, NBA is kind of flip flop right now, but it's gonna get back on track. So that's that. Let's see. Get to today's games. I know they come on early today, 3 o'clock. It's not too much going on tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow just because it's not that many games, but it is some football. So I'm gonna try to put some notes out for that when I can, so we can get to basketball. So first off, we got NBA. First off, that I seen two observations. Somebody had hit me up and told me about yesterday. The nines came through. If you go back and just look at the board yesterday, a lot of nines came through, and yesterday was like the 3 numerologies of the date broke down to 9. So if you go back and check that out, you can you will see that. So and that's something I never keyed in on that, so I don't really know nothing about that, but I will be observing. I just was told that last night, so I'm gonna start keying in on that. When the date numerology breaks down to like one number, which is like 5 or 6 or 8 or 9, which it was 9 yesterday, look for 9s on the board. Today, what I was saying is it's a lot of 23s on the board. It's Celtics game, Hornets game. If Celtics win, they get 23. Hornets can get the 23rd loss. Philly can stay at 23 wins. I think it goes that way too with the Nuggets. Houston can pick up that 23rd, and they can keep the Nuggets at 23. Raptors can pick up the 23rd and beat the Cavs, give them the 23rd loss. So it's a lot of 23s. I don't know why. I don't look at the date numerology today. I know I would have wrote down the 9th prime or 83. It's 82, so it's weird. Maybe on tomorrow. Oh no, it doesn't, because it's the new year, so it's finna start all over. Because today has 82 date numerology, so I was thinking tomorrow 83 date numerology, but nah, it's gonna start over tomorrow. So I don't know where this 23 coming from. If like I said, if I would start with this 3 o'clock game, if you see Philadelphia stay at 23 wins, I'll be keyed in on that 23. I already got as my picks. I got the Celtics, so I'm already digging the Celtics to beat the Hornets. So that's already a 23 right there on the board. So go and read the notes too. 76ers and Pacers. So what did I see with this? They're 13-5. So in the conference records, let's go to the conference. They can become Indiana at home can become 15-3. Those are numbers that I like. Anytime you get the 1-3-5, 5-3-1 connection combo, it looks good. So right off the jump, I see that with the 15-3. I did see Philadelphia can make Indiana 14-4 at home also, and they can stay at 12 losses. So I understand that the 144-12 have an amazing relationship. So I'll be on the lookout for that, to be honest. So this is a tricky game. I didn't have a pick for it because when I seen that 14-4 and Philly can stay on 12 losses, it was caution. Like I said, the 23 could play. It's a lot of them on the board. It doesn't mean that it had to play. It just sometimes that's how they like to work. So I found that real strange. That there was a lot of 23s on the board, but like I said, if Philly do win, they can make Indiana 14-4 at home and keep 12 losses. So that's like basically a coin flip in my opinion. Um, Next game you got Boston and Charlotte. Off the jump, I see Boston can pick up I believe it's the 10th. Let me make sure. Go back to the standings. It's some with 10 playing. Yep, they can pick up the 10 away win in Charlotte. If you write out Charlotte, you get 39. And 10, you write out 10, you get 39. So, and 10 plays well with Charlotte. That's something that I never really heard Zach talk about, but I have observed that with the Charlotte equals 39. And if you want to get, far fetched, you could say 10. If you write out 10 equals 39. But I remember Charlotte played OKC not too long ago, and the 10 was on the board and it didn't come through. So it's not always, but the 10 does plays in Charlotte. So Boston can go 10-6. Um, Hornets, they will fall to 7-11. That's something that I stress about in my notes. Anytime it's 11-7, 7-11 on the board, I like that combo. As you look at the Bulls record, that's a 7-11. If you just stroll records, you're going to see time and time it line up. Especially when the mediocre teams, their records, you're gonna get a lot of 7-11s, and then the next thing when they do the 7-11, it normally goes to 8-11. I see that more times than it does 7-12. Just by me being real observant. I noticed too about the MJ thing on this Boston game. So MJ is the Bobcats owner. So the 23 kind of makes sense. 23 could play in this game. Michael Jordan, the owner, wore number 23. They can get the 23rd win and give Charlotte the 23rd loss. So thinking the 23 will play on that. -8, probably like -300. Tease it, it'll be a pick 'em. Anytime I give you like a -300, -400, you want to look to tease it. 7-point tease, all they got to do is basically win the game or win by 1 point. And that's like most of my picks are high percentage with these -8s. It's like a 85-90% that I'm hitting out of these. So the other lower lines will be, a lesser percentage, but just to let you know, so just because it's -300, it's no value. You got to lay 3 to make 1. But if you take a extra team or 2 and tease it, you can have you something there. Next game, lean Celtics. It's in my notes. So like Celtics, first pick of the day. Next game, Clippers and Kings. Upset potential because Kings can pick up that 13th win against LA. LA equals 13. Didn't really. I do see Clippers they can give the Kings their 13th conference loss. So I did see that. So Clippers should beat, but if they don't, that's your upset right there, point blank period. You see your 13, they playing LA. I mean, it's just right there on the board. That's one of those games you really don't have to look too far deep. Another thing too with this Boston game, they on a 6-game winning streak, so they could win 7 today, and also they could get their 66 all-time head-to-head win, and could be a 6-6-6 riddle or something. I don't know. 66 all-time win, 6 straight wins of the season. But the Clippers, also with the 12th, you see this 23-11 Clippers record, 23-11. If they lose today, they'll get their 12th loss in Sacramento. Sacramento equals 37, the 12th prime. So this is a potential upset right here. Not one of my picks, but I'm calling it out. It's not really too much for the Clippers. They can give them that 13th conference loss, but you got to own the board 13 they can pick up against LA, And then the fact that the Kings can actually that'd be 9-9. That's a big number too. Clippers is 98. They 9-8 away, so 99 is kind of like a big number. You write out 99, you get 13. So just looked at that. I didn't write that in my notes, but I just caught that they can become 9-9 away with the loss. Kings can get the 13th win, and Clippers can get that 12th loss in Sacramento. Sacramento equals 37 to 12 prime. Didn't look at the coaches and nothing. Didn't get too deep because, like I told y'all, 9 times out of 10 is right here in your face. And then as soon as you starting to get other stuff, it just all throw you off. It's all right here. Trust me, it's in the records, it's in the away, it's in the home. Next game, Warriors and Spurs. 11-point spread, so that's kind of an idea. Pick the Spurs. Pick the Spurs because I like that the Warriors can get. Let's see. Oh, they can go 3-15 away. That's one thing jump out. Like I was just telling you, that 1-3-5, 5-3-1 plays hard when you get that in the record. So that's the first thing that jumped out. Let's see what else. Let's see what else for the Spurs. If Spurs beat the Warriors, let's see what's the 19th on this conference. Let's see. Okay, so that would be the Warriors. It's the narrative, but that'd be the potential upset. If Spurs lost, they'll get that 19th loss on the last day of 2019, and they do work like that. So, see, today is kind of like a holiday, just because it's the night before Biggie. The next year, kind of like a Christmas. Real how I got pulled, just tore alive on Christmas. It's terrible because it's like they on a whole nother. The numbers don't matter. All this goes out the board, and it's like they looking at something totally different, which could be the last day of the year, and they could get that 19th loss. Also, go 9-9 at home and stay on 13 wins. So actually, I will watch this game. If Clippers get beat by the Kings, I would probably look for Warriors to do the same to the Spurs. It could be one of those days, these nights again, because like I said, today is kind of like a holiday. So it's New Year's Eve. So be aware of that. I leaned Spurs. I really did. I just don't see the Warriors beating. Spurs been getting punked lately. That 108 is a geometry number. Warriors, they just came in with pie, 3-14. Steph Curry birthday's on March 14th, so it could be a geometry riddle with the Spurs with the 10-8. That 108 is like I said, that it's a geometry number, mathematical. I forgot what's the exact thing. It's 108, but somewhere around there. I know for a fact. Not gonna get the gematria calculator out for that. Like I said, Warriors upset narrative. They can make Spurs 9-9 at home and stay at 13 wins. Right out 99 would be 13. Cavaliers and Raptors next game. Didn't even pick this game. I wish I could really probably go back because on site it looks like the Warriors do have a nice little upset. To be honest. It's in my notes, but it's like when I look at it hard now, I'm seeing that I see more stuff. Because when I go through it on my phone, I don't have the away records right here next to me at home. I still go look at it, but now it's just right there in your face, so you can kind of do more with the numbers. Like I said, next game. Let's go Cleveland and Spurs. I mean, Cleveland and Raptors. If Cavs win, they would be 11-22. Those are master numbers. You see, Toronto came in 22-11, so that could happen. Another potential upset. If Cavs lost, they would stay on 10 wins. They play Hornets next. I was just telling you about Charlotte. Charlotte in 10 plays. So if Cavs lose, they go play the Hornets next. Charlotte, and they play. They could stay at 10 wins playing the Charlotte team. So look out for that. I didn't pick on this game. Like I said, it's a big line like the Spurs game, -9.5. I wouldn't really touch it. Nuggets. Next game, Nuggets, Rockets. Also, go back to Cavaliers and Raptors. They head to head is Spurs lead 110 and Warriors have 61 wins. Just trying to think of something real quick. I see Spurs can get the 111th win. I just thought about that because they spread is -11. So they could get the 111th all-time head-to-head regular season win against the Warriors as well, and also improve to 10-8. 10-8 looks like 18, which is the 60. 61 is the 18th prime number. So 10-8 kind of look like 18. So Warriors can stay on 61 regular season head-to-head all-time wins. Spurs home record would be 10-8, kind of like 18. And Spurs would get that 111th win today on the 31st. 31st is the 11th prime number. Like I said, look at the spread, -11. So good indicator. Spurs do the job. Get those ones. 1-1-1 in the regular season all-time head-to-head. Okay, finna proceed to the next game. I'm gonna talk about it, but as I'm talking about it, let me just check, make sure I'm still live. Cause like I said, I'm still kind of new, so I'm trying to make sure everything is okay. Matter of fact, what I want to do is 1 second. See if people are joining, or if anybody have any comments. Okay, I don't see any comments, anything. 1 second. Make sure nobody. Let's see. Let's see. Also, to the number, you can call this number if y'all have any observations, anything. Put the number out for y'all. It's 404-707-8362. Again, the number if you want to call with a little observation or something. Make sure I got my phone. Got it. It's 404-707-8362. Alright, we good. So we got the Rockets and the Nuggets. About the 23s, I told y'all, and like I said, I don't bet Houston. Houston and Atlanta, y'all gonna hear me say this every other day because this when they play every other day. I don't bet Houston or Atlanta. So with that said, I see the 23 Rockets win. They could get the 23rd win and leave the Nuggets at 23 wins. Houston Rockets is 59, so Denver could improve to 9-5 away. The reflection. I remember my boy Chris now in my head because we share notes and stuff. Houston can become 11-5. Remember, Houston Astros went to this World Series and lost against the Nationals in the 115th World Series. So right away that jumps out. I would lean Nuggets just because I don't like the Rockets. Period. But it's not one of my picks. None of that. like I said, with this game in my notes, I said I will observe, since this game is a 7 o'clock game, the last two games of the night, I will observe everything that happened before. And if the 23s look like they playing, I would definitely probably consider Houston. And this game is on NBA TV too. But they just putting one game on NBA TV tonight. So again, this game on NBA TV, and I'm about to go check and make sure I didn't miss any 14s on the board for Houston. And okay, so Houston can pick up. Yeah, I like Houston. I'm sorry, but I don't bet Houston. I just like it because what I see. First, they can go 14-7 in the conference, so they can pick up their 14th conference win, and they can go 14-7. You know, I like the 7-21, 14-21. Anytime numbers can do like football scores, I'm favoring that off the jump. So Rockets can improve to 23. They can stay at 11 losses on the 31st. So another thing, teams with 11 can pick up the 11 or stay at 11, could play today because the day of the month is the 31st. So the 31 is the 11th prime number. So keep that in mind. So I would lean Houston. It's not in my notes because I told you just watch for the 23s, but I would lean Houston. But like I said, I don't bet Houston. So um, let me make sure Denver can't pick up 14 in any kind of way. And look at that. Denver can stay on 14 losses. So NBA TV and 14 this year, I'm sorry, it's been like 90% literally. Like they only lost one game. So that I've seen. So NBA TV, this will be the second game, maybe possibly 3 out of like 15 to 20 games that I seen to 14. And Denver can stay at 14 conference wins, and Rockets can pick up the 14th conference win. So actually, really, if I wasn't so hateful on the Houston Rockets, they would really be in one of my picks tonight. But it's just my moral, my principle. I don't bet Atlanta or Houston, period. So, I mean, it's there. I just went over it with y'all with that Houston and Rockets game. I would lean Rockets to win with their 14, considering and especially they playing on NBA TV. So that's that. Um, get to hockey in a minute. One more game. Mavericks and the Thunder. So I see Thunder can pick up the 18th win versus the Mavericks. Mavericks equals 18. I mean Mavericks. I'm sorry, Mavericks equals 61 to 18 prime. So that's an option. That's strong actually because 18 does play with the Mavericks by equaling 61 to 18 prime. They can go 12-6 at home. I didn't really see nothing with that. Thunder can also pick up the 13th conference loss. So Dallas equals 13. And Dallas in 13 plays almost like automatic. Don't always hit, but Dallas in 13 good indicators of games. Um, so Dallas can also fall to 13-6 in the conference. So they can. That's a prime relation. So 13-6 prime, they can do the prime relation if they lose, and then OKC can actually pick up the 18th loss. Mavericks equals 61 to 18 prime, and OKC Thunder, if you write that out in the calculator, that equals 47 to 15 prime. So their record would be Mavericks and then OKC Thunder if you want to do it like that, because Mavericks equals 61 to 18 prime, and OKC Thunder, if you write it out, equals 47 to 15 prime. So that's that. I would lean Thunder. With that on the board, didn't really see anything for Dallas. One thing for Dallas, if the Thunder did lose, their let me make sure this is right. Nah, that's not right. I was looking at the wrong. I was looking at their away record. I would say it's if I would say if OKC lost away, they would be 6-10 away, and 6-10 kind of look like 61, and Mavericks is 61. So that's not an option. So Mavericks really don't have anything that I really seen on the board. Um, the head-to-head, OKC leads 82-76. So another thing about that 23, when I said I seen a lot of 23s on the board, if OKC win, they could pick up their 83rd all-time head-to-head regular season win against Dallas. And 83 is the 23rd prime number. So that's another way that 23 could play out. So that's why I said I seen a lot of 23s on the card today. So doesn't mean it has to play like that. But normally, like I said, when it's one number and it stands out for a lot of teams, it normally majority of the games normally come through. So that's that. Walk y'all back through the NBA. See, it just started too. I keep forgetting that they have early games up because it's New Year's Eve. All right, so Pacers. I ain't have no pick on this one. Pacers, 76ers. I did see that if Pacers lose, they can become 14-4 at home, and Philly can stay on the 12 wins. So 144-12. That's the relationship. I see that. But like I said, if Indiana do win, they can prove to their 15-3, and that's that number that I like with the 1, 3, and 5. Next game, Celtics Hornets. The 23, I just think is gonna play on the board. Um, Celtics can get their 10th away win. Charlotte equals 39. 10 equals 39. So I think Celtics pick up the 10th away win. Clippers, Kings, upset narrative. I'll be careful right here. So, like I said, the only thing that I seen for the Clippers was they can give the Kings the 13th conference loss. But everything's lining up perfect for the Kings because they can pick up the 13th. And I guess Sacramento could stay on 12 wins in Sacramento, 37-12 prime, but they can actually give the Clippers their 12th loss in Sacramento. So, plus, they can pick up the 13th win. LA equals 13. So, like that, Kings potential upset. Warriors Spurs. Remember, if the Spurs do lose, they'll be 99 at home. You write out 99 equals 13. You write out 13. Let me see. Make sure I'm giving out bad information. One second. Stuff is kind of like in my head, so 1 second. Get to these hockey games because I know hockey starting early too. Okay, so I was saying it backwards. If you write out 13, you get 99, which is the same thing. Anybody in the community, I know I got one because a lot of new people about to start signing up with me too, so I gotta start correcting myself and make sure I'm saying the same thing. But if you write out 13, you get 99. So if the Warriors win, Spurs stay at 13 wins and become 99. Why I like the Spurs is because they can become Warriors can become 3-15 away, like I just told you about the game before. I like the 1, 3, and 5. I like that connection. So I just like that. Also, they can get their 111th all-time regular season win on the 31st, the 11th prime, like that. So in another narrative, Warriors can give Spurs their 19th loss away on to the last day of 2019. So be careful on that one, but I still lean Spurs, like Spurs. That's in my notes. Spurs, Celtics, and who did I pick the third team? I have to to go back and look because I really don't remember who I like to pick the Rockets. Back door. The Raptors. Spurs. I might have picked the Pacers. Might have picked the Pacers because I liked it at 15-3. I'm not sure though because I want to be cautious on that third pick. Always my first two is the strongest, so it would have been Celtics and Spurs, my two strongest picks of the day. Cavaliers and Raptors. Let's review that one. What did I say? Oh, the master numbers. Notice that Raptors came in 22-11, and Cleveland can do the same thing if they win today. Do the master numbers. That's what I seen off the jump. So I would definitely be aware of that. Cavaliers, Raptors, 9.5 point spread over and under 218. The head-to-head all time is Raptors lead. Well, Raptors trail 42. Cavaliers lead 49. I'm sorry. Today has 43 date numerology. I don't know if that's in my notes, so I'm sorry about that. Just looked at that, thought about that. It's a random thought. Should have had that in my notes. Raptors can pick up the 43rd all-time regular season win on the 43rd date numerology. And to be real, yesterday Washington did it with the 42. And the day before that, okay, it wasn't with the 40, it was the 29th. OKC did it. They got the 29th all-time regular season win on the 29th. So they didn't really do nothing with the date numerology. But the last two, if this come through the last two nights, it's been in that same method. Well, you just add the day and the month. You add those two, whatever you get, I've been seeing that corresponds with the head-to-head. And today, Raptors can pick up the 43rd head-to-head all-time regular season win on 43 date numerology. 12 plus 31, 43, which is the 14th prime. They can get the 14th home win. Didn't put that in my notes. Slept on that. But like I said, Spurs can get the 14th home win. It's all in my notes because I put the date numerology in next to the 43. I put the 14th prime. So that's in my notes. Sometimes you do, like some people say they don't have time to listen to the stream. They just need good notes. Well, I put out good notes. I might have didn't mention that they can get the 14th home win, but if you just look at my notes and you say, okay, these are my date numerology methods. Let's just say it was 5, 10, 15, and 20. You will be looking for 5, 10s, and 15s, and 20s when you're scrolling down and when I'm talking, because I might miss one. I'm not perfect. You feel me? I got a lot of games. I'm like, man, now I see what Zach was going through. Now I really see. It's no joke. I mean, it's no joke. It's no joke. Period. So, yep. And I want to get to this football game, man. 1 second. I don't like giving out picks like this, but Florida State could become 6-7 if they lose on the last day of 2019. So somebody asked me about football, and I'm gonna get to it after this, but just being kind of busy right now, so didn't get the chance to get on football, and I didn't want to give you a pick without looking at it. I was gonna put the name of the bowl in the gematria calculator and stuff like that, but man, and I think I even texted him back because he asked me that in the Patreon on my wall, and I responded. I thought I did. Pretty sure I put I like Arizona State, but I would have went over it. But getting back to where I was, I believe I was on the Cavaliers and the Raptors. So like I said, they could pick up that 14th home win. Okay. So lean Raptors, not a pick, because like I said, the master numbers. Notice that Toronto came in with master numbers. They can leave out by losing and Cleveland picking up, 11-22. So that's how I looked at it. Nuggets, Rockets, lean. Houston, NBA TV. We just seen 2 upsets yesterday. You put $100 on those. You put $100 on the Hawks and the Suns yesterday. You probably hit for over 1,000. and that's just not no BS, because the Hawks was like plus 600, plus 700. And I stretched at the Hawks. Like I said, go back and listen to my live stream. I even stretched in my live stream yesterday. If you put $10 on the Hawks yesterday, you would have hit for like 70 or 80. And if you would have put 100 on the Hawks yesterday, you would have hit for like 700 or 800. So I was talking to the small bettors and the big bettors. So, you know, if you would have did, the NBA in 14, that's all I was getting back to. So if you would have just played those two, $100 would have got you $1,000 yesterday, just off the 14 the NBA riddle. So like I said, once again, you got the 14. Houston can pick up the 14th conference win, and they can make Nuggets stay on 14 conference wins. So that's an overlap with the 14. But like I said, Chris was in my ear. He might not be right, but he did. And I know he done called Zach show, and y'all probably heard it, but Rockets can go 11-5 at home. And Houston Astros went to the 115th World Series, so could be a symbolic thing that they go 11-5 in Houston. So, that's like 115th World Series. They could go 11-5. Okay, so like I said, I would lean Houston because of the 14th, and if I would have linked that way yesterday, which cost me with the Blazers and Suns, I would have had a good winning pick with the Blazers and Suns. Mavericks, Thunder, nothing really here too tough for me. Thunder can get that 83rd regular season all-time win, which is the 23rd prime. So with that, I'll take this game and just wait and see how the 23s play. Even if the 23s don't hit in every single game, if it hit in 5 out of 6, I would still ride. Because like I said, this narrative might not do the 23. Or this one might not do the 23, but if majority of them do, I would ride the Thunder to beat tonight. They will pick up the 83rd head-to-head regular season win, and also that's the 23rd prime number. So kind of liking the Thunder. Mavericks can nope, I didn't really see anything for the Mavericks. So Mavericks lost in the conference. They'll be 13-6. That's a prime relation. I'm not gonna make up now for Mavericks. And then one thing I do see too, if Cleveland upset Raptors, let's just say Cleveland upset Raptors today, I would think about, but see that game come on at 7, so you wouldn't really know because it's an 8 o'clock game. But the master numbers is what I'm trying to get to. So if this game ends and this game is in the third quarter or something, and it's a pretty close game, and you see the master numbers right here, maybe they want to do the master numbers right here too, to end off the last game of the 2019 series. Mason, 21-22, Freemasonic, all that is that. So that could be just that. That could be what they want to do with that. And they can say, okay, we're not going to give the Thunder the 18th win, even though they're playing the Mavericks, which is 61 to 18th prime. They could be on a whole new narrative since it's a holiday. Today is New Year's Eve. Like, people are real big on today. Like, clubs I know clubs that don't even open all year. They open this one weekend and they make more money to sustain the rest of the year where they ain't even got to open. They charging everybody $40, $50 to get in, and then they got the building, the capacity to hold from anywhere to like 3,500 people to like 5,000 people. So you add it up. And then you got VIP lines. See, the line's going to be so crazy tonight. You got VIP lines. There's going to be regular line going to be 30 and 40. And then you got VIP 50 and 60. So that's just that one night. And I ain't even talking about drinks and alcohol. So just think about it, y'all. Tonight is a holiday. So I don't know if y'all think I'm talking crazy or what. But they could be on another narrative for the day just because the day is New Year's Eve. So I will stress that. The hockey. So that's that, y'all. Did that. Alright, let's go hockey. And I don't like what I'm seeing already because I had Boston as one of my picks, and they in overtime with the Devils. But that's how they do. Only reason sometimes they do it like that is because Boston is a good team. It's just like baseball. Most people play the -1.5 because they don't want to lay the juice. So Boston was probably like -200 today, -250. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they was -200, even though they was on the road. But people don't like laying that. So what they do is play the puck and a half. Well, hey, if the game go to overtime, that's automatic. You don't win your puck and a half. So sometimes they just do the overtime just to kill the puck and a half. You know. So, but then again, you can look up and the Devils can beat Boston. Didn't even have a narrative for the Devils. I put Boston narrative. They can stay on 16 losses. They play Columbus Blue Jackets next. So I thought that would go. Didn't really see anything. You know what? Wow. Because I know I'm right, but I like to verify my work. I know Devils equals 26, but making sure, and if it is Boston, okay, I'm looking at it wrong. Okay, well, yeah, I'm looking good. I'm thinking Boston was the home team, and Boston can do the 20-6. But I looked at that I don't have in my notes. Like I said, stuff pops at me while I'm looking at it like this. Devils are 13, 19, and 6. So if Devils lose, they'll be 13, 20, and 6. Devils is 26. So looks good for them to get that. But then I just thought about it. They're in overtime right now. So either way, they wouldn't even do it. They'll either go 14 and 19 and 6, or they're going to go 13, 19 and 7. So I didn't have that in my notes. Good thing I didn't have that in my notes. So, because like I said, once they're in overtime, either way, Devils gonna get at least 1 point. So, and that's gonna go over to the right. Capitals, Islanders. I had the Capitals. I think where the Islanders, they play Devils next. That's what it was. Islanders play Devils next. I just told y'all Devils equals 26. So if you see, Islanders got 24 wins. If they win today, why that was a narrative for them to win today, they will pick up the 26 win against the Devils or be in position to do it. That's why I don't know why I picked the Capitals, man. I really like the 61 points, but I hear Zach in my head now saying that the points riddles wasn't on point, and that's why he stopped doing the riddles. But Capitals on 59 points. If Capitals was to win today, and even if they was to win today, they will get 61 points. Islanders is 61. So Islanders 61. Capitals picking up the 61st points of the season. I mean, that's what I thought it would be. Period. It's 3 minutes, 22 seconds left. They stopped the ice right there. That could be a key number right there. Hopefully Capitals come back tied up, take this game to overtime. Because I sure had Capitals. If I'm not mistaken, I sure had Capitals in my fourth pick. So, and hockey record pretty good right now. I believe I'm 7-4. It's in my notes, but I know I'm pretty sure I'm 7-4. So if I would have won this Boston game, I would have been 8-4. 4 games over 50%. So that's kind of like that 70% range. Ducks, Golden Knights. Ducks narrative to have 39 points either this game or next game because they play Arizona next. Arizona equals 39. So I was figuring they either going to walk in to Arizona with 39 points or they probably will pick up their points there. So this game was one of those games where I told you they will split. Either they're going to win here or they're going to win in Arizona. So either they're going to take 39 to Arizona or they're going to pick 39 points in Arizona. They got 2 opportunities to do it. They up 1-0 right now. That wasn't a pick, but if you read my notes, like I keep saying, people like saying it's in the notes. I study this shit, man, and I go over it, and like it's hard work. So it's like it ain't like I'm throwing darts. You feel me? I actually write down the stats, write down the weight record. So it's like it's a matter of formula that you got to come up with. So a game like this that I didn't pick, and you know they playing Arizona next, and you know I said they should split. You know, you could think about taking the Ducks here since they was minus, because the Golden Knights was minus 200, but it's just strategy. Either way. So pretty much, long story short, I said they'll split. So, you know, that's what I had on that game. Maple Leaf and Wild, I don't think, okay, because I didn't see some on one of these games. The Wild, they can keep the Maple Leafs on 21 wins. Notice Maple Leafs came in with 21 wins. So um Wild equals 21. So they playing the Wild now. So maybe they keep Toronto on 21, and Toronto won't advance until they play somebody else besides a person without a 21 connection. Maybe the person who they play next has a 22 connection. I don't think I went that deep on this game, because when I seen that the Wild equals 21, I really kind of like that. I think that Toronto will stay on those 21 wins. Lightning Sabres, I believe this was one of my picks. Lightning, if they win today, they will pick up the 44 points. No, that's the Sabres narrative. I'm sorry. If the Lightning win, they'll pick up the 46 points. Buffalo Sabres equals 46. So I like that. Playing in Buffalo, I like Lightning to pick up those 46 points. Um, I'm gonna ride that. Canadians, Hurricanes. Canadians, if they win, they pick up the 44 points, and they play Lightning next. So that's the Canadians' narrative. Lightning, their opponent, Lightning equals 44, so they can go in to their next opponent with 44 points. And they can pick up their 19th win on the last day of 2019. So I can see some rhyme and reason for that. Lean Canadians probably plus the puck. Hurricanes are good at home though. Let's see if I have. Nothing jumped up to me. Think about it real quick with the Hurricanes. So like I said, I would lean probably Canadians. Look like it's gonna be a shootout in Boston. Favor Boston in the shootout. So it's BS though. Boston should have beat them by 4 or 3, at least 2. You know, that's how you know these games are rigged, y'all. So Panthers, Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets lost in overtime. They will have 43 points. Panthers equals 43. I called out the Ottawa 2 days ago to lose in overtime to stay on 37 points in my notes, even though I had Ottawa to win. But I mentioned in my notes about them losing in overtime to pick up 1 point, and that's what happened. So overtime calls and kind of, I got a feel for those. So this is a potential overtime game if you want to bet that too as well. If, like I said, if Jackets lost in overtime, they will have 43 points. Panthers equals 43. Florida also equals 43. Panthers lost, they stay at 20 wins. Blue Jackets equals 71 at 20th prime. So I see a little narrative for the Blue Jackets. Can't lie. But like I said, the Blue Jackets lost in overtime. So this one of them games were out. You can watch, go to overtime, maybe lean Panthers, but regulation, I would probably lean Jackets. Sharks, Red Wings. Let's see what we got for that. Sharks, Red Wings. Okay, another thing about the Panthers. If Florida lost, they would be 20-19. 2 teams or 3 teams can do that today in hockey. I think the Rangers, the other team. If Panthers lost, they would be 20-19 last day of 2019. Keep that in mind. And Blue Jackets can stay on 14 losses in regulation. Don't forget, Florida equals 43, Panthers equals 43, and 14 is the 14th prime number. 43 is the 14th prime number, so be careful for that. With that game, there was more. So Sharks, Red Wings. Red Wings can't stay on 31 losses on the 31st of the month. If San Jose lost, they would stay on 37 points in Detroit. I think if they lost, San Jose would be 7-11 away. Like I said, I keep saying the 7-11, 11-7. I like those combinations. They also can pick up their 12th away loss. Oh wait, and Detroit equals 37 to 12 prime. So Sharks got a narrative for Detroit for sure. So I'll be careful on those Sharks. I know Detroit not a real good team, but I see some things there for the Red Wings. Narrative for the Sharks would be uh, if Red Wings lost today, they would lose 7 straight games and keep 21 points. So that's kind of like a little combo that I like with the 7, 14, 21, 28, anything with the touchdowns, scores, and records. The Jets, let's see, 7, 14 thing. Also, okay, that's what I wanted to say. If they lost this game, they would lose 7 straight games, and we know about streaks of 8. I know it's about to be another year, but still, streaks of 8 been so good in 2019 that I don't see why they won't, lose another game after this one. So that'll be the Sharks' narrative to give Detroit 7, and then they'll be lined up. Next game will be 8 in a row, and we keep seeing that 8. Jets, Avalanche. They come in 21, 15, 3. If Jets lost, they'll get their 19th loss of season. Avalanche equals 67 to 19th prime. I'm going to ride that. That's a surface riddle, and that's what I'm going to ride. I'm not going to spend too much time with that. Blackhawks and Flames. First off, I see Flames lost in overtime. That's this overtime thing. They will have 46 points. Chicago equals 46. If Chicago wins back-to-back games, they pick up 44 points against the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver Canucks equals 193, the 44th prime. So I would be careful on that. Chicago could be cool with that. Could be cool today. But like I said, it's not a pick. But I see minus 180 favorites. That's a lot. That's big. So, looks good for Blackhawks considering that they plus 160 with a good narrative. Blues Capitals. Blues can win what? 9 straight? Yep, I believe Blues can win 9 straight. They just won 8 straight yesterday. Could end the 8 straight games in 2019, the 8th prime. So that's why I believe this game is a you pick 'em in a coin toss. I wouldn't really want to touch it. I skipped the game. I go back to it. If Coyotes win, they play Ducks next. Ducks equals 13 with the S exception is 22. So they could pick up the 22nd win today and go in and play the Ducks with 22 wins. But like I said, they can lose today too and pick up the 22 with the Ducks. So, but one thing I do see for the Blues is if they win, Coyotes will be in position either way to pick up the 22nd win or loss. So if the Blues win, the 22 just gonna be on the board. Whether the Coyotes win against the Ducks or lose against the Ducks, either way, the 22 will be on the board if the Blues beat the Coyotes today. And I know that if the Blues win, it'll be their 9th straight game. They playing at 9 o'clock Pacific. Well, 9 o'clock. Well, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. So that could be a clue. 9 o'clock, going for 9 straight wins. Flyers Kings. You pick them, not really nothing. Flyers narrative, if Kings lost, they'll pick up the 26th loss of season. Philadelphia equals 101 to 26 prime number. So I see that playing. If you look at Philly away record, they got the 101 in there away. It's like 10-1. If you look at it, if you just look at the Flyers, if you look at the Flyers away record, you'll see 101 in there. So I believe like if they came in 101, I'm thinking that's probably what they'd do. Is do the 101 thing and get them that 26th loss of the season. So I would lean probably Philly. Philly play Vegas next. Vegas equals 18. They could stay on 17 losses here and pick up the 18 in Vegas since they playing in Las Vegas. So kind of like I said, favor the Flyers. The Kings narrative, they can pick up the 11th win at home, which kind of makes sense now that I think about it, because Flyers equals 31, which I already knew. But now that what I'm thinking about is today is the 31st. So they could actually pick up the 11th home win against the Flyers. Flyers 31, the 11th prime on the 31st, which is the 11th prime. So be careful. That's why I say you pick them, and that's why I just lean Flyers, not a pick. So that 31 could definitely play, definitely, which is the 11th prime, so they could pick up the 11th. So just to review, Devils got me in overtime. Islanders got the Capitals, so it looks like I'm starting off bad, real bad start. That's not good. Oh, so yeah, I don't like that at all. Like that at all. They just pissed me off right there, because I thought they would stay on the and then they didn't. It's like the Devils, they lost, and then they didn't even do the 20-6 thing. It's just Bruins. I'm trying to see where I went wrong, because this is what I like to do, review and see. Got the 17. Oh. I seen what the Islanders I buck, no lie, but I like the Capitals are good. They're the best team in hockey, so how can you not? If you play the Capitals every game, of course you're gonna lose, but you'll win way more. So that's the only reason why. And they both good, so I probably should have took the better value, because I did see that if the Islanders won 2 straight, they'll pick up their 26 win against the Devils, and Devils is 26. But I just think that the Capitals could pick up the 61st points against the Islanders. Islanders equals 61. So first 2 games, bad. 7-4, just like that. Wait, 7-4, just like that. 7-6. So it's like, Maple Leafs, wow. Wow can make Toronto stay on 21 wins. Wild equals 21. So I probably would lean. I wouldn't really lean no way. Because I see Wild can stay on 19 wins the last day of 2019. So you pick them to me. Lightning, I think I got the Lightning as a pick. I like that they can get the 46 points. I'm gonna tell you right now. If the Lightning don't win today, I'm back to how Zach was doing it. I'm not. My narratives and my riddles are gonna get shorter, because I'm not gonna even pay attention to the points, because the points didn't cross me here, but it definitely crossed me here. And then, like I said, if the Lightning lose, it'll cross me here. So that's enough for me to just get off the points. And like I said, Zach used to say it all the time, but I'm just new and I'm trying it myself, and it's in my face. So I gotta present the information that I see, and I gotta ride with it if I know the information, and I understand that the games are rigged by this code. So, like I said, I think the Islanders. That's no surprise, because they're gonna pick up the 26 win. So key that in, y'all. Islanders should beat the Devils. They play them next. They will get the 26 win. And notice what I'm doing with this. I'm not using points or anything. It's just straight gematria. So I was right here gematria driven, and I would have but I played the points here, so I was wrong here and played the gematria driven here. It was wrong. Played the points and was wrong. Should have played the gematria driven, and I would have went 1-1. So it's like I got off my own little, like I was teaching, like you have your own formula and your notes is right, but your picks are wrong, because it's like you miss your work is right, but you get on the other side of your right work. So it's like, because you see other riddles and things. So it's just like the code is broken. Like I said, the code is broken, but it's a matter of which code are they going to use today. You know, it's a lot of codes that they're using. So that's the only thing, man. So like Lightning, Canadians, Hurricanes, talked about that. Canadians can pick up that 19th win to end 2019. Um, like that. That's the only way I look. Because I really didn't see nothing for the Carolina. They got a big favorite. It's going to be some underdogs, I'm telling you, in hockey today. You can count on it. Well, maybe not since these two already barked. But I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot more underdogs. Panthers and Blue Jackets. Panthers would be 20-19 too if they lose. So I'm thinking by this being a holiday, I shouldn't even put out picks again, man. I feel bad putting out picks because the narratives is just, it's like I said, it's a holiday. So it's like I'd be cautious right here too. Jets, Sharks, Red Wings is a potential upset here. Sharks, they can get their 12th away loss. Detroit equals 37 is 12th prime. Red Wings can stay on 31 losses on the 31st. Meaning they would have to pick up their 10th win. 10-31, 131. Kind of like the 30th prime. Red Wings is a potential upset for sure. Jets, Avalanche. I like Avalanche. Surface. They can go 15-4, or they can go 21-16-3. However they do it, they can pick up their 19th loss. Avalanche equals 67, 19th prime. That's right there. I know they're a big favorite. Blackhawks, Flames. If anything, I would lean Blackhawks because, like I say, if Chicago wins back-to-back, they pick up the 44 points against Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver Canucks equals 193 to 44 prime. And if Flames lost in overtime, they would have 46 points. And Chicago equals 46. So with those two goes again, I can only lean Blackhawks. Rangers, Oilers. This is the game I think I left off. Oilers, they are 9-8-3 at home. And Oilers are 9-8-3 at home. Win, they are 10-8-3. Like 10-11. New York equals 1-1-1. So kind of like that if Oilers win, because their record will be like 10-11, which is 1-1-1. Rangers narrative, they can pick up the 44 points. Keep Oilers on 44 points. Rangers equals 44. So it's kind of like Rangers equals 44. Maybe if the Rangers win, they can lock both teams on 44 points. That's a narrative that I can see. I also see Rangers one of those teams come in 19-19. They could become 20-19 if they won. And if Rangers lost their next 2 away games, they'll be 9-11 away. And 9-11 plays big with New York, those numbers. St. Louis, Coyotes. Do they get to 9 or do they end at 8? That's the question. Like I said, if Coyotes win, they play Ducks next. Ducks equals 22. They could get the 22nd points. They could get the 22nd win playing the Ducks, though. So they can not get it here and go play the Ducks and get it there. And I did say if Blues win, that will set them up for a double 22 connection on the next game, meaning whatever the Coyotes do. Because, like, look, if the Coyotes win today, they play Ducks next. So if they beat the Ducks, that's a 23. So it wouldn't be a 20. You see what I'm saying? So if the Blues win today, whether Coyotes win or lose, whether they go right or left, they're going to have a 22 somewhere. So in order for that to happen, Blues need to win today. They can win 9 straight. They're playing at 9 o'clock Eastern. Times do conflict with all that. So I do like that. Not a pick. Caution. It's the end of 2019. Could be the end of an 8-game win streak. So I actually would probably lean Coyotes just because of that. Like I said, it's a holiday, so you don't know what the riddle they on. Flyers, Kings. Kings can pick up their 11th home win on the 31st, 31-11 prime number. Flyers equals 31. Um, Flyers have a riddle too. Flyers riddle. If Kings lost, they can pick up the 26th overall season loss. And Philadelphia equals 101, which is the 26th prime number. So that's like a coin flip. Lion tell you it's a coin flip. If I had to choose, I'm thinking that 31 probably a play since it's the 31st of the month. Flyers equals 31. They could pick up the 11th home win, the 11th prime. Yeah, I like the Kings. I had to lean Kings. Um, so that's hockey. Reviewed that. Let's see here. Go back over some college football right quick for y'all. See if I can get a pick. Maybe Florida scored. I like Arizona too, because Florida State can fall to 6-7, 2000, the end of 2019. So that's how you know. You heard me stressing that all in my hockey notes and NBA notes. So of course I would have liked Florida State to become 6-7, 2019. Didn't even have to write the Sun Bowl in there. Think about it: Sun Bowl, Arizona State, Phoenix Suns. Just like last night, the Florida I told you was a lot. Orange Bowl equals 1-1-2. Florida improved to 11-2. But not only that, when I was watching the game, explaining it to one of my boys who joined the Patreon, I'm trying to teach him because he don't know any of this. So I was watching the game. I saying, look, they wearing the orange helmet. It was the Orange Bowl. It's like certain stuff just be in your face, So it's like that was that. So like I say, the Sun Bowl, the Phoenix Suns, Arizona State. I mean, it's just plain and simple. It's just plain and simple. So, like Arizona football, 85. Herman Edwards was in the NFL. So, come on, man. I would lean Navy here. These are good calls now. All these are gonna be good calls. Actually, Kansas State is good, but the only reason why I lean Navy is because I lean Washington State against who was that? Fucking they beat whoever. It was Air Force. Air Force and Washington State. I told y'all to take Washington State. That was when I first started, the first day. That was one of those good intuition, and it didn't happen. What happened was Air Force controlled the clock. It was like 40-some minutes to possession to whatever left of the game. So they only had like 16, probably 17 minutes, and the other team had 40-some minutes worth of ball. But Navy plays the same way, like Air Force, ball control, no penalties, smart football. So if they play that way, they have a potential. I would lean Navy. I just got to lean Navy. Look at that 23. I was just telling y'all about the 23s, and Navy comes in 23. I have to, but now that yeah, it's 13, so that wouldn't matter. Yeah, I lean Navy. Um, lean Navy. I believe they're gonna run the ball. Right here, I'm from Atlanta. I don't think Georgia State gonna beat Wyoming. Wyoming's got a good team. Wyoming throw the ball. Georgia State, this is one of their better seasons since a long time. I can do something like give me 1 second. What I can do is get the calculator out. Really, we can do it ourselves. Let's see, which might your calculator. Alright, so let's just see Sun Bowl. $106, 25, 83, the 23rd prime number. 106. Let's see what we got. Arizona State. In case Florida State scores a touchdown after halftime, and it'd be 7-9. Um, Bowl is Liberty Bowl. Don't forget, y'all. Don't put autos on Liberty Bowl, and don't put Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Just put Sun Bowl. Trust me on that. I've been I learned a lot. Liberty Bowl. 53 to 16 prime. 154, 143, 64. Arizona State. Florida State equals 37. I don't see nothing. Alright, so I will lean Navy. That game's on ESPN, so don't forget about. I don't see no 18s on the board. Utah and Texas. Valerio Alamo Bowl. It's gonna be Alamo Bowl. It's a lot of 149s and 94s I keep seeing. That equals 13, breaks down to 4. 11C. It could stay on 11 wins on the 31st. Today is the 31st, so they could stay on these 11 wins. 31st, 31 is the 11th prime number. Texas could improve to 8-5. Football equals 85. Let's see what Alamo Dome equals. Alamo Bowl and the Alamo Dome. That's really great. Alamo Dome. 15 prime number. 7-point spread. Utah favorite. Texas could be an upset. I like Texas plus the 7 straight up. Just because they're the 11th seed and they can stay on 11 wins on the 31st. So I will lean Texas. Wyoming. I already told you Arizona State 6 and 7. Y'all should have seen that. 6 and 7 is the 67 is the 19th prime number. Today is the last day of 2019. So they can lose. If they lose, they down 9-0 right now. They'll be 6 and 7. Herm Edwards coached in the NFL, so he's a big football guy. Football equals 85. He can get his team to 8-5. I'm saying this because of Florida State. There's no value on it now, but if Florida State come back 7-9, maybe y'all can do some live betting. I already told you what I think about Navy and Kansas State. Kansas State not bad, just like Washington State wasn't bad, but it's ball control. So I'm thinking that Navy's gonna ball control, no penalties, smart plays, and they probably beat Kansas State. So that's that. And first day, man. First day streaming. So, well, actually on Patreon. So I don't know how long I've been I don't know if I'm gonna do one tomorrow just because it's kind of like a holiday and it's not a lot of games. But of course, my notes will be up. And look at those Pacers. I just want to go back and see, did I pick the Pacers? It's a shame that, I'm sorry y'all, that I don't even know what, because it's so much stuff that I do, and I'm actually giving you picks. So, and I'm putting my like vulnerability, like I'm putting myself out there on the line to where if I go 0 in a million, ain't nobody gonna support me. So I'm actually like taking a chance of actually, giving y'all picks. So, I know it sounds crazy to say, dang, he don't even know what pick he did, but let me just make sure, um, right quick. Give me 1 second. Actually, I can just do this. I believe I picked I know I picked the Spurs, and I know I picked the Celtics. Okay, let's see something right quick. Everything's documented, so I ain't gotta sit here and make up that picks. Pacers, Spurs, and Celtics. So I picked. So rough start in hockey, but NBA's looking so good so far. Looks like the Pacers are up about 20 at the half. So that's good. All right, my fault, y'all. I didn't realize it was still streaming. I guess we can wrap it up there. Um, what I was saying is Pacers up 24-25. I'm so sorry. I'm still new. So I had Pacers, Bucks, and Spurs. Spurs is tricky. It's in my notes. It's already documented, but be careful about the Spurs. But I do like the Spurs, but it could be a potential upset. Keep in mind today is like a holiday, so keep that in mind. Um, but yep, looking good in the NBA. Like I said, rough start in hockey. But my record was still 7-4 before the day, so I'm pretty sure I wouldn't win my last two. Tampa Bay and I think I got Avalanche. So if those two win, I'm 2-2 in hockey, so I'm not gonna sweat it 500 day. But in NBA, it's looking like a 3-0 day so far. Um, let's see, because I can't believe I'm still alive actually, because I had closed out or something. They said you can't close out, so I thought I made a mistake on something, but obviously you can close that out. So um, look at some college basketball right quick. I got this thing. Okay, so college basketball real fast. Since I did real good on college basketball, I believe we can keep it going today. Um, see what we got. See what we got. What stands out? This is my first time looking at the card today too. Also, I'm not betting. I got money on my account, but right now I ain't betting. What I seen was Clemson can win. I think Clemson gonna win, and I seen the line for the first time yesterday. So it's like it's a lot of games started already. Uh, Clemson is like plus 200. So I'm riding that, man. And if I lose, I lose. But Dabo Swinney, he can pick up the 131st all-time win. Championship equals 131. In his name, Dabo Swinney equals 131. So that's just too perfect. It's too perfect for Clemson not to win, and that's why LSU beat Oklahoma State the way they did, and that's why the quarterback looked the way he did with 8 touchdowns and 7 touchdowns in the first half and all that old. That's because they want the money on LSU. Pretty much, that's how I'm looking at it. It's a lock, man. It might not be a lock in the game. It might be a good game. Could come down to the last drive, but I just feel like Clemson gonna win. Period. That's just me. So it's plus 180, almost two plus 200. So that's all I'm gonna be on. So I'm not even gambling no more until I believe they play. Uh, Not this week, but they play next weekend. So maybe I might do some NFL betting because the Saints are a wild card team. I like Saints to go to the Super Bowl. So Saints in Baltimore are my Super Bowl pick. So I think Saints gonna win this week. They have to win this week to keep it going. So kind of like Saints. So I might bet some football when they get here Saturday and maybe some college basketball. But like today, I'm not really betting anything because like I already done looked and see what my money's going to. Like if I lose, I lose. But that's a better value. That 131 in championship, that's a big number it plays. So I just keep it at that. Georgetown, Providence, I would lean over. First initial thought, I would lean over that because Georgetown put up points. So, and at 150, they already got it high. They're telling you it's going to be a lot of points. So this is just intuition of me, what I would do, and like my first thing. And I'm not just shooting darts because I'm not going to even have reads on every games. But I do think this Georgetown and Providence game can get over that 150. Uh, Duke, Boston College, nothing. I like Duke to win, of course, but I don't even think they got a money line on that. Rider, I don't think they're gonna beat Wisconsin. I don't know. They don't see no money line. Iowa State, Florida. Drake is playing better. I would lean Bradley right here. Drake got a nice team, but I'll probably lean Bradley. I wouldn't pick this game. That's my last name. I ain't gonna bet against my last name. Uh, Butler and St. John. St. John got a good team also. Butler, 11th team, 11th team, 11th ranked seed on the 31st. Could be some rhyme and reason they might get the job done by them being 11th seed. Also, if they win, they'll be 13-1. That's a championship number. Butler is a basketball school, so St. John they pretty decent this year too, though. I will say that. St. John, I know it's New York. I know that. I don't know if it's Brooklyn, New York, but you might want to check because Brooklyn equals 112. Well, either way, it don't matter because it don't matter. They already at 112. Let's see, 113, 30 prime, 31st. This game is on FS1. Let me see if it's some FS1 numbers right quick. Thought I had the geometry calculator. Actually, I can just do it like this. I ain't gonna do it on the screen. I'm just gonna do it on my phone. It'll be a lot faster. So let's see. Because it's the network that they plan on. You always want to check that. FS1 23, 22, 23 Life Prime. FS1, if you write it out, FS, the number one, it equals 30. I believe, let me make sure. I believe 113 is the 30th prime. I could be wrong. Nope, I'm not wrong. 113 is the 30th prime number. So if St. John lose this game, they'll be 11-3. Butler will be 13-1. That's a championship number. Butler could make some Elite Eight, Final Four. They always seem to do it, you know. Butler is a basketball school. They don't always do it, but you look up, Butler will be there sometime. So key number on this season. Look out for Butler if they win today. That's 13-1. Could be symbolizing some type of championship, whether it's the conference championship, whether it's going to the Final Four, the Elite Eight, the Sweet 16. They could be on something big this year. Once again, if you put FS, the number one, in the gematria calculator, you get 30. And if St. John loses, they'll be 11-3, the 30th prime. So, and they playing in Queens, New York. I guess I can look that up. See something here. Equals 66 or 60. I don't see anything. Nope. Butler Bulldogs. Let's just put that in. Bulldogs 29 to 10 prime. Bulldogs equals 43. So Butler Bulldogs equals 43. Today has 43 date numerology. Could be a potential sign. Guess what I found? Did I? No, I didn't find it. I was just about to say 13. 41 is the 13th prime number, but I was thinking 43 and 13, but it's 43 and 14. So I was going to say they could pick up the boom, and today has 43 date numerology, and Bulldogs equals 43. But only thing I can see go wrong is Butler losing, because it's a, well, now I really don't see anything for Butler losing. I believe it's actually a good sign that today is the 31st and they're on the 11th seed. Sometimes it can go against you, but by them being the 11th seed and they already passed the 11th wins, so they can't stay at 11 or anything, I believe that could be a good sign for them. A good day for 11th seed to play. Today would be a good day for the 11th seed to play, to win on the 31st of the month. Because trying to teach y'all to keep saying it over and over again, but 31 is the 11th prime number. Yep, so that's look like college basketball. I'm sorry, man. A lot of games already went off because it's a holiday. Like I said, they trying to get in. People about to start shooting and going out, getting dressed. So I'm about to probably wrap it up myself. It's 4:15 on my side. College basketball, what I probably would lean is Georgetown in that over. Providence over. Probably would lean over. Look at that there. Georgetown plays on. Okay, this is what I would do. Don't play the over. I take that back. Disregard that. I like Georgetown to win, and I like Butler to win. Because I just, in worst case scenario, I might go 1-1, but somebody's going 11-3 on FS1. I didn't realize that both games was on LS1. Let's see what Dunkin' Donuts Center equals. 7794. That's what the location. That's the name of the arena I'm in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island. Let's see. Rhode Island is 43 for 14th prime, but they playing that's just the location. Providence is not called the Rhode Island Providence. That's not the name. They can become 7-7. I like 11-3. So picks for college basketball. I'm gonna take Georgetown. Remember, this the team. Wow, -6. Evans Mill got started. Wow. Evans Mill. This the same team that beat Kentucky earlier this year. I'm surprised they 6-point underdogs on the road. But no pick on that game. Just be aware, Evans Mill did beat Kentucky when they was #1 this year. So Georgetown to go 11-3 because FS1, the network that they playing on, equals 30. 113 is the 30th prime number. And then I like Butler, the 11th seed, to pick up to go 13-1 against St. John's to make St. John's 11-3. That's why I said some's gonna do the 11-3. So I like Butler to win, and I like Georgetown to win. So that's that. Navy's up 3-0. I told y'all Navy. 4th down. They look like they playing good defense. Told y'all Navy before it was even 3-0. So pretty good picks. Hopefully, like I said, my NFL, my NHL hockey, get to 500 today. I'll take that, and start it over fresh for the new year. It's gonna get better, y'all. First day of live streaming the correct way. So it's gonna get only better. Tomorrow I'll let y'all know if I do a live stream. I'm not sure because there's not too many games on, but I will have the notes out. And pretty much that's about it. I guess I'll let y'all go and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And if I do live stream, I'll see y'all tomorrow. If not, I'm pretty sure I'll probably have one up Thursday because it'll be a regular day. Yep, I'm pretty sure I have one up Thursday. And it'll probably be around 12 o'clock Eastern time. So that's going to be 9 o'clock Pacific. It's going to be early. I want to get it early. That way, if I can see stuff like line movements, I can always post stuff on my page to, let y'all know and inform y'all so we can get as much winning picks as possible. But until then, I'll see y'all, man. Y'all take care. Have a good night. Happy New Year.